1001 Facts That Will Scare the Shit Out of You, written by Cary McNeal. This book is described by Mr. McNeal as a hilarious collection of little-known facts about the world that are weird, creepy, disgusting, and sure to frighten the bejesus out of you. So with that, listener discretion is advised. Chapter 1. Are you gonna eat that? The ugly truth about food and drink. Bottled drinking water has been marketed as being cleaner and more pure than ordinary tap water. But in a recent study, a third of bottled water shows significant chemical or bacterial contamination, including arsenic, nitrates, carcinogenic compounds, and coliform bacteria. Bottled water is rarely tested for purity. An environmental working group study found that 10 popular brands were riddled with chemical pollutants and bacteria, some as high as tap water. While the results of tap water contamination tests are made public, manufacturers of bottled water do not divulge their test results. According to government and industry estimates, almost 40% of bottled water is ordinary tap water, often with no additional treatment. Almost 99% of imported food is never inspected by the FDA or the USDA, the two agencies responsible for protecting Americans from tainted products. Kind of explains some stuff. 1 pound of peanut butter can contain up to 150 bug fragments and 5 rodent hairs. 1 in 5 office coffee mugs contains fecal bacteria and E. coli, which can cause diarrhea, food poisoning, and infections. Vegetarians beware. Many low-fat and non-fat yogurts and sweets contain gelatin, which is made from animal tendons, ligaments, and bones. Fining is a process used by most wineries to remove particles and impurities from wine. Typical fining agents include isinglass, a collagen from sturgeon bladders, gelatin, and oxblood. Even when grapes are harvested by hand, some insects wind up in the pickers' baskets. Workers simply don't have time to inspect every grape individually as they work. Most wines are made from grapes harvested by machines that sift through everything in their path, including sticks, insects, rodents, and even larger mammals, which can make their way into the end product. This is known to wine growers as MOG, or material other than grapes. In 2001, the Ontario, Canada wine region was hit by an infestation of ladybugs, which infiltrated many area wineries. When agitated, ladybugs secrete a strong, foul liquid containing pyrazine, a flavor similar to rancid peanuts, and one that was perceptible in numerous wines of that vintage. Molds are tiny organisms with thread-like roots that burrow deep into the foods where they grow. While some molds are safe, like those used to make certain kinds of cheeses, Roquefort, Gorgonzola, Brie, most molds are unsafe for consumption, as they can contain Listeria, Brucella, Salmonella, and E. coli. Bacteria multiply between temperatures of 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or 4.45 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. I am Canadian, so be careful when reheating food in slow cookers or chafing dishes. Parasitic roundworms, such as Anisakis simplex, frequently found in fish, can lead to anisakiasis in humans, a condition marked by severe abdominal and gastric pain, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal distension, which can last for months. Long a staple of the American diet and U.S. economy, corn is a high-carbohydrate, high-glycemic food that fattens up cattle and does the same to humans who consume it in excess. Corn is in almost everything we consume. It is the primary food for the chicken, pigs, and cows we eat, the source of corn oils found in many snack foods, margarines, and baked goods, used to make high-fructose corn syrup, the most prevalent, cheapest, and some believe most hazardous of all the sweeteners, and the source of numerous food additives. Beef cattle evolved to survive on grass, but are regularly fed corn, which has disastrous effects on their digestive systems, requiring a constant regimen of antibiotics to keep them healthy. Many environmentalists believe salmon farms could have a catastrophic effect on the world's wild salmon populations. Concentrations of solid waste and nitrogens from farmed pens can poison marine life, and many researchers fear that salmon farm escapees could soon overrun and decimate wild stocks. As of 1999, 1 million salmon had escaped from farms in Puget Sound and British Columbia alone. Peanut allergies afflict an estimated 4 million Americans and can be life-threatening. Almost half of annual emergency room visits and 2/3 of deaths due to anaphylaxis are the result of peanut allergies.